David Ortiz back after missing 47 games with a torn tendon in his wrist, and they love him.
Designated hitter number 34, David Ortiz.
Good times at the fence. First AB, Jabba Chamberlain. Well, no good times there. Strike him out, not throw him out. Looked like the throw had Dustin Pedroia beat, but that is crafty. He evades the tag. Next batter is Kevin Youkilis, and no chance there. Remember that matchup, if you will. Top three still scoreless. Josh Beckett, Jason Giambi. Now this should be a garden variety ground ball to short. Problem is nobody at short because the shift was on. Bobby Abreu scores, and it is 1-0 Yanks. We go to the seventh. It is that matchup once again. Jabba, Youkilis, 92 at the chin. And Youkilis, oddly enough, not pleased, especially when you consider the history between these two. There is plenty of it. And to add insult to near injury, the ball hit the bat, so it's foul. It's a strike. And then, wouldn't you know it, there's another strike, and Uke is mighty miffed as he walks back toward the dugout. We go to the ninth. David Ortiz, chance to be a hero off of Mariano Rivera. I don't think that has the distance. Can of corn, first out of the inning. After a Youkilis single, Mike Lowell stands in. This is the 8th pitch of the AB, and that is a questionable strike 3 call. Home plate up, Marty Foster actually said, I'm not going to throw you out. I'm not going to throw you out. Well, and then he threw him out. First ejection for Lowell since 2002. So he storms off, and then J.D. Drew, that is most certainly strike 3. Yanks win a tidy 1-0 game, 7 straight W's. Jabba pitched great, says he did not pitch dirty. Offense and their pitching arsenal in a major deal with the Pirates. New York adding Xavier Nady, who's been great this season, .330 average, 13 homers. Nady returns to New York, where he played with the Mets for half of the 2006 season. Now, the Yanks also get lefty reliever Damaso Marte, who was closing for Pittsburgh in the absence of Matt Capps. Opponents hitting just .217 against Marte. And the Pirates get 3 pitchers, including Ross Ollendorf, who made 25 appearances with the Yankees this season, as well as Double-A outfielder Jose Tabata. So with a victory, Tampa Bay takes over sole possession of first place. Edwin Jackson on the bump. Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty. And, well, he was just that. Ask John Buck. Bottom 5, 2-0 Tampa Bay. But here come the Royals. Oh, Billy. Billy Butler heating up. The kid with his 5th home run of the year. First hit of the game for KC. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Bottom 6 now 3-1. And there is Mr. Buck connecting for his 7th. Jackson, 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned, 2 strikeouts. Makes it a 3-2 game. Bottom 7, Esteban Herman to second. Force out, threat averted. And the Rays do take over first place with a...
Fresh off taking 2 or 3 from the Phillies, the NL East leading Mets hosting the Cardinals, coming off a 4-game sweep by the Brewers. Carlos Delgado giving the rawhide a ride to right center, 2-run shot. 4th home run in his last 9 games, 13 straight season with 20 home runs. Mets up 5-0, and Mike Pelfrey, 6-0 in his last 10 starts, getting Fat Albert. Albert Pujols, 3 Ks in the game. Jerry Manuel pleased with Pelfrey, 7 innings, 1 earned run. Big moment here for Argenis Reyes. Deep to right center. No celebration, though, in the dugout. Reyes greeted by the silent treatment as he enters the dugout. First career home run. Oh, they celebrate. Mets win 7-2. They've won 3 straight and 14 of 17. Cubs had a 1-game lead in the NL Central at the start of the day, facing the Marlins. Alfonso Soriano in his 3rd game since returning to the lineup, 1 for 5 on the day. 7th inning, it's Jeff Samardzija. Reliever Jeff Samardzija called up before the game. Now, if that name sounds familiar, here's why. Samardzija played wide receiver at Notre Dame from 03 to 06. He's the Irish's single-season record holder in receiving yards and touchdowns. Alfredo Amezaga, the first batter. Oh, bring it in the heat. Samardzija, 97 miles per hour later in the at-bat. Amezaga looking. First career K for Samardzija. Next batter, Hanley Ramirez. Samardzija ahead 0-2. Crowd loving it, but Ramirez is a professional. Up the middle, the base hit. Marlins get a runner on with 1 out. Down 2-1 in the 7th. Next batter, Luis Gonzalez, just a little bit over the head on the pitch out. Giovanni Soto Ramirez goes the second. Lou Piniella looking for Charlie Weiss. Gonzalez would fly out. Next batter, Jorge Cantu. 98-mile-per-hour fastball going down the left field line. Ramirez comes in with the double now for Cantu. Marlins tie the game up at 2 in the ninth. Jeremy Hermida, pinch hitting, second time in his career, playing a game we like to call Connect 4. Hermida's 13th of the year. Marlins win this 3-2.
Lights out. 8-0 in his last 11 starts, and he pitched well again on Friday. Top 6, though, in some trouble for the first time all night. Carlos Lee, the knock. Corey Hart coming up throwing. Kaz Matsui, no shot. Parra and the Brewers out of the inning. Top 7. Now 2-1 Stros. Lance Berkman into left. Humberto Quintero will score. Berkman getting greedy, and he is gunned down at second, but the damage done. It's 3-1 Stros. We go to the 8th. Mr. Braun. Oh, so hot this week, and he engineered yet another Milwaukee comeback. Not this time, and that is the second out of the inning with a man at second. Next batter with Wesley Wright pitching is Prince Fielder. Hit it hard, but right at his man. Brewers strand the runner. Bottom 9, Jose Valverde. Jason Kendall, harmless. The Brew Crew leaves 7 men on base. Win streak over. Houston takes it 3-1. Some work to do against the Nats. Just glad to be home after a 6-game roadie in which the starters gave up 25 earned in 25 innings. Chad Billingsley trying to settle things down. He gets last inning's village. In a bit of a pickle here in the 5th as Billingsley walks Willie Harris to load the bases. Next batter, Christian Guzman. It's all good. Billingsley, 7 2/3. 2 earned, 4 strikeouts. How about a little run support, please? Noma! Garciaparra plates a pair and gives Los Angeles the 2-1 lead in the 6th. In the 8th, it's Ryan Zimmerman, fresh off the disabled list, and Little Looper is troublesome. Ryan Langerhans scores, so all of a sudden, just a 1-run game at 3-2. Bring on Jonathan Broxton with 2 out in the 8th, mind you, and he puts out the fire, getting Jesus Flores. Dodgers do win 3-2.
White Sox lead the AL Central by 2.5 games. The Tigers are surging. Winners of 4 in a row, just 5.5 back. Nick Bassett in for relief. Sox bullpen struggling of late. Carlos Guillen. Solo shot number 9 for Guillen. Tigers on top 5-4. Bottom 9, 2 out. Todd Jones in for the save, and it's hard-hitting Carlos Quentin. Just gets a single to right field. Does some damage. That would bring the go-ahead run to the plate. And Todd Jones, 1 out away. Well, he's a victim of circumstance. Giving it up to Jermaine Dye. Dye, 16 home runs against the Tigers since 2005. 2-run shot, the difference. Sox win 6-5. They won 3 in a row. 3rd blown save for Jones this season.
How about the Twins and Tribe, huh? Ron Gardenhire and company had lost 4 straight, trying to end all that, but Ben Francisco, other ideas. Look at Carlos Gomez, full speed into the wall. Tremendous effort, but a frightening sight as he collapses in obvious pain. Grady Sizemore going to tag and score all the way from second, but of course the focus here is Gomez in a lot of pain. Full speed into the wall. Left the game on a stretcher. Looked really scary, but MRI was negative. He actually came back to the ballpark after the game, so that's good news. Later in the inning, Kelly Shopik to center, and Denard Span, the new center fielder. He goes hard into the wall. 2 runs score. It's 4-0 Tribe, and now Span is shaken up. Fortunately, he would be okay. He was able to actually shield his body and prevent some of that impact. As for the Tribe, rolling. Cliff Lee getting Jason Kubel, and then Span waving. 8 innings pitched for Lee, 10 strikeouts, in line for the W if Rafael Perez can shut it down, and he does. Nick Punto up the middle. Asdrubal Cabrera gets his man. Lee with his Major League leading 14th victory, 5-4.
Best team in baseball, the Angels in Baltimore to face the O's. Early in the first, Torrey Hunter, Vlad Guerrero watching Orioles starter Brian Burris from the dugout, and it would pay off. Hunter later in the inning to right center off Burris. The double scores 2. Burris lasted 1 2/3. Bottom 9, Francisco Rodriguez. That's K-Rod for you. 42 saves, 15 short of Bobby Thigpen's record of 57. Angels lead 6-4, 2 outs. Kevin Millar, second last of the game, 14th of the year. K-Rod has allowed 3 home runs this year, matching last year's total. Then The next batter, pinch hitter Braden Fahey, doubles the left center. Man in scoring position with 2 outs. Drama at Camden Yards. Luke Scott at the dish. Weak grounder to first. K-Rod escapes. 43rd save of the year. Angels win 6-5. They've won 8 of 9.
Quite the entertaining game in Oakland. Rangers A's. There's Brooks Conrad, 4th game in the big leagues. 0 for 11 lifetime, so this has to feel real good. Little looper, but it's a line drive in his heart. First major league hit, somebody get him the ball. Angels up 5-0. In the 4th, Josh Hamilton, how about that? 2-run shot. Ties it at 5. Hamilton with 100 RBI in 99 games this season. He's pretty good. Top 7. Man aboard for Ian Kinsler, and he pokes one opposite field. Chris Davis, who had a big game, scores. It's 6-5 Texas, and then in the 9th, explosion. We see this sort of thing in Arlington, not so much in Oakland, but I tell you, the Rangers are the Rangers. Davis with a 2-run home run. Texas, 8 in the 9th, best inning of the season, and it's 14-6.
Rockies, Reds, Edison Volquez starting for the Reds, 6-0 at home, 4.30 ERA in his last 5 home games. Brad Hopp, 2-run jack to left off Volquez. Hopp 17th of the season. Bottom 3rd, Jeff Keppinger. How about a broken bat grounder to Ian Stewart? Look at Ian Stewart from his butt. Check out the arm. Are you kidding me? Rockies have lost 4 on the road, scoring only 2 total runs. They get 7 on Friday for the win.
Friday, beginning in San Francisco. Snakes, Giants, and Omar Vizquel may be better than anybody in the history of the game, save Ozzie Smith at that position. He is just awesome, and he's been doing it for so long. D-backs do win the game 10-2.
Number 9, AAA baseball, triple play. Round Rock Express, Fresno Grizzlies. Round Rock's J.R. House, the liner up the middle. He's snared by the second baseman. How about the 4-6-3 triple play?
Number 8, Braves and Phils, Jeff Francoeur. Little flare, Jeff Jenkins coming on and making the play. Braves do win at 18.
Number 7, Cards, Mets. Ryan Ludwig, slow roller. Everything working for the Mets. David Wright, barehanded. Yeah. Ludwig, no chance. Mets win this one, 7-2. They're rolling.
Number 6 on the hardwood. USA, Canada. Look at Chris Paul behind the back. Ball fake, stutter step, floater, all in one highlight. That takes skills and a lot of them. We'll have more from this game momentarily.
Is that with a Z?
Several Z's.
Number 5, Yankees, Sox. J.D. Drew to right center. It's time for the Milkman. Melky Cabrera. Diving backhand catch.
Awfully scary at the time, but he would be okay.
Number 3, second round Canadian Open. Ches Reavie, 3rd shot in the par 5, 13. Put it on some spin control. Yeah, for the Eagle. Reavie, the leader after 2 rounds at 13 under.
Number 2, Ian Stewart ×2. First on the Adam Dunn grounder. From a knee across the diamond. Quite pretty. But not to be outdone by himself. From his duff gets Jeff Keppinger. Ian Stewart taking his bid to stick with a big club.
Number 1, more hoops. Dwayne Wade is back with the new look.
Dwayne Wade, with the Mega Blast, windmill style. Woohoo! Dwayne Wade is officially back.